You shut the fuck up, bitch. I
Whose house is this if you're under this roof?
It ain't no damn house. You're renting an apartment.
It's my landlord's rules.
She's in the other room like, yeah.
Is it next week I'm turning 30?
Yeah.
Dude,
Next Friday.
You might have to jump off a bridge.
I'll go with you.
You might have to kill yourself.
I mean, why don't I just kill myself when I'm 40? How about we put it off?
You don't want to be 30, dude.
Just before
Just
the
end it.
before
just
the
29 and
clock-
364. Just
before the clock turns 12. Jump off a bridge.
you're gonna turn back into a troll when you turn
Just
30.
kidding. Don't do that.
The Wicked Witch of the West said,
Time is a social construct.
when you turn 30, you turn back into a troll. Right now, you are a young woman.
I have a lot of big feelings about turning 30, and I'm very emotionally raw about it.
I'm over here going, kill yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, don't
So-
kill yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
So we
Don't
will,
for real do that. That would suck.
we will record at my house on my birthday. That's fine. Because I don't have any plans for my birthday or anything, you know? Because I just don't want to think about it. And also, like, people keep asking me, like, what do you want for your birthday? And it's, like, reminding me that I'm turning 30.
Yeah.
Ow.
And I'm like, I don't know, because I've been trying to buy a house recently, which you guys know.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get my credit squared away, so I haven't been thinking of wants.
So do you think you understand more why people are like, I'm turning 29 again?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Mom.
Yeah.
Mom says 29.
I'm 29 this
It's like-
year.
It's one of those ages because it's like society makes us feel like once we're past our 20s that we're basically useless.
Which
I think
is
it's
not
just because
true.
I'm a woman, and our value is in what we can do for a man, you know what I mean? And once you're 30, we're seen as like, oh, well, what's the point of you? You can't have children for
You're not in
us.
your prime.
Yeah, you're no
30
longer in your
is
prime.
still young, though.
It is.
I can still have kids.
Because
Yeah.
I'm 22. I'm going to be 23 in like 7 months. Like, that is super close to 30. Like, 8 years is not a long time.
Yeah.
Like, in the grand scheme of things, that's like 1/12 of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not a lot of time. Still, at the same time, it's a lot of time. 30 years is fucking, like, to a 40-year-old, you're
Mhm.
like, fuck, I wish I was 30 again.
Yeah.
When you're 50, fuck, I wish I was 40 again. It's like,
Yeah.
it's when you move through those, like, 10 milestones or whatever, like 10, 20, 30, it's like the whole time, like, fuck, I wish I was 20.
Yeah.
Plus
Like, right now, I'm
another-
like, fuck, I wish I was 10.
Yeah.
Another
literally.
thing that's weighing on me is I'm turning 30. And it's like, where am I at in my life? I'm
Kentucky.
sorry. Like, I'm 30 years old and I'm an Amazon delivery driver with no 401k. I have no plans for retirement. Like, I'm starting to get, like, that's another reason I'm cleaning my finances up, because I want to buy a house and I want to be able to put money towards retirement so I can actually retire one day, because now it's, you know, our responsibility, because it used to be pensions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now it's up to us to figure it out.
You still have 30 years to build it.
Yeah.
You're good. Better late than never.
But anyway, I was like, where am I at in my life? And that's one reason
Yeah.
that I decided to go to college. But one of the things I thought about with college, I'm like, well, if I go to college now, I won't have my degree until I'm like 34. And then I'm like, but you know what else will happen in 4 years? I'll still be 34
Yeah.
whether I do
Time-
college or not.
Time moves regardless. So it's either you don't do anything and you turn 34, or you have your degree when you turn 34. I mean, you might not move at that pace. Like, it's okay if you don't do a 4-year degree in 4 years, because that is very hard to tackle when you are working full time.
Yeah.
So
I'm struggling with it right now.
I mean, some people don't get their 4-year for 8, and that's still okay, because time is moving regardless. You're chipping away at it. It's not like it's better to chip away than not do anything, because that progress is still unprogressed.
yeah.
And it's like,
If that makes any sense.
I feel like we're competing with people that have the privilege of going to school full
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And it's like we can't put ourselves at that level and have the same expectations as those people.
Yeah.
See, I had the opportunity to go to school full time and like live at home with Momo and
Yeah.
Dad, and I squandered it. Like I
don't
had that.
think you
Well, I mean,
squandered
I
it.
got with my ex, and then he was like, he didn't have a place to live. His mom kicked him out. So I was like, well, let's just get an apartment together. And I was like so excited, and I was so caught up in my first apartment. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That I didn't think about the echoes it would have later on in my life.
Yeah.
I just don't think you were ready to like take that step, and that's
No,
okay.
no,
And
I
that's
wasn't.
okay.
Yeah.
Because you are now.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm a lot more serious about it now. Like when I was like Matthew's age, I was not like the amount of work it takes to go through college. You have to be 100% serious about it, or
Yeah.
you're not going to do it.
Exactly.
Like you have to put it above all else, or
And
you're
honestly,
not going to do it.
Society putting that much pressure on young people.
Make a decision. What are you going to do for the rest of your
It can
life?
be devastating.
It's like,
to some
go,
people.
go.
And I feel like it should be more normalized to go to college later on.
Like also student loans, they're so
Yeah.
predatory because you're fresh. Some even 17 years old. You know what I mean? Going to college because
Yeah.
like I graduated at 17, and they're like, "Oh, here is this large amount of money that you can borrow."
Yeah.
And then like money doesn't mean anything to a 17, 18-year-old. Not really. They don't understand the scope of shit because
Yeah.
they're still a child.
You can do dual credit in high school to work, like do college classes while you're in high school,
Yeah.
which is like the transition is non-existent going from high school to college. You're just like school. So it's
Yeah.
like go. It's like literally
Yeah.
like just shoving you through as fast as possible.
I wish that I had the opportunity to do dual credit while I was in high
I
school.
did not do
But I did not give a fuck.
me neither.
I
was a kid.
I barely graduated high school.
Me too.
I mean, they kept putting okay. So I was very, very like one of those kids that were like gifted, intelligent. Like they wanted me to skip grades and shit, and they put me. I don't know if you knew any of this.
I think I've heard about like elementary school or something like that.
Yeah, they wanted me to skip grade like to middle school.
Yeah.
They wanted to put me in the sixth
that's-
grade,
yeah.
and like and
That's
then
stupid though.
and then throughout my whole high school and middle school career, the teachers kept putting me in advanced classes. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I'd go in the advanced class and I'd realize it was more work. And I was like, why would I want to do more work?
Yeah.
Like, what's the benefit to me?
You're like, I already proved that I'm smart.
Yeah.
Like-
Like, what's the benefit to me?
I get punished for it.
So I would purposely fail those classes. So they put me back in the normal classes because the normal classes were easy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the benefit for me? And if I would have stayed in those advanced classes, I could have taken college classes
Yeah.
and been way more ahead right now than I am. But I didn't know all of
Yeah.
that. I just was like, more work for no reward.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You know? Like,
When
I
I was
didn't
in-
want to do it.
When I was in high school, I just wanted to play video games.
Mhm.
That was it. Like,
yeah.
like I remember in middle school, I played football and I played track and cross country and all that. And then it was like, wait, I have the option of not doing those things and just playing games when I get home. Like, why wouldn't I just do
Yeah.
that? So like, I'm kind of regretting it now, but like, it was way more fun.
Yeah.
to just do nothing. But I see what you're saying though. Like I had advanced classes. They sucked. I took AP US history because that was the only other history class that I didn't take in high school. And it was like, I might as well just do it because I wanted to take a history class because I find it interesting, and it sucks so fucking
Aw.
bad.
Yeah. It's
'Cause
so
it-
much more work.
Yeah. Like they kept telling me that and I was like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, I get in it. And they're like, okay, turn in your summer packets. I'm like, we had a summer packet? Like no one told me this. So I had like my first week of A push was like doing 3 months of work in 1 week.
Oh my
And I was like,
God.
what the fuck? It's okay. I survived.
Yeah. AP classes also are a lot more work.
Yeah.
Well, I've already said that, but like, as in, okay, so in a normal class, they would spend like 2 weeks covering one subject, right?
Yeah.
And then like it's for like the normal kid. And in AP class, you might take that same content and shove it into a day or two. Like it's very,
Yep.
it's like accelerated almost. That's how it felt for me though. And I was like, this is so much more work.
Yeah.
I took one AP class, but it was psychology, and I really like psychology. So I was like,
yeah.
If I really liked it, it would be different. Like
Yeah.
the one AP class that they kept sticking me in over and over and over again was English. And like the topics that they were covering, like every semester they put me back in an AP class. Okay, like they were talking about like Romeo and Juliet, and I just do not give a fuck about that.
Shakespeare is boring as fuck.
It's like, okay, cool. They're lovers, and then they died. Rip. And then Caesar.
Rip.
Macbeth was cool.
Caesar. Where's his salad? I don't know. He got stabbed though.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah,
Thanks.
like, no, it just was so awful because I'm like, if it was something that I somewhat cared about, I probably would have had a good time. But like, especially with, I'm pretty sure that this is self-diagnosing myself. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm autistic. Okay, so and plus I have been diagnosed with ADHD and OCD. So like, especially as a teenage girl, like teenage kid, I only was interested in what I was interested in. Like, and like the language that was used, I had a very hard time because I'm pretty sure I'm autistic, wrapping my brain around the language.
Yeah.
Like, where art thou? I don't know.
Where are you,
Yeah,
baby girl?
yeah, there we go.
Baby girl.
Like, I can understand, like, what is it? What generation are you?
Z.
Gen Z?
Yeah.
I understand Gen Z language. Like, I can understand that. But when it comes to
Yeah.
Old
Shakespeare,
English.
it just required extra effort. Like, I could understand it, but it required extra effort for me to understand it. And I was like...
Imagine if Shakespeare was like, "Where hath thou, young Rizzler?" Like,
yeah. I mean, I would have understood that.
they're like, "Oh, he's over there fucking risen.
He's got the riz,
He's got the
man.
skibidi toilet. He's going balls to the wall with the Rizzler Gizzler." I don't know what the fuck.
It's like,
I'm saying.
fam. I don't know any Gen
Yeah.
Z words
See,
right
like,
now. My brain went blank.
It's funny because I grew up.
Cap?
I grew up with like the
No cap.
like calling people fam and like what was it? Bae and that type of stuff in like middle school, and now when I hear it, it's like, since that's like so far in the past that like you're using words that like people don't use anymore, and it
Yeah.
makes me be like, why? And then I'm like, wait, but I'm the same way probably to like Josh. Like
Yeah.
we're still Gen Z, but he's like more, and plus being in high school, you're surrounded by that type of language like on a daily
to
basis.
date.
Oh, he's also like 16 and like,
Yeah.
or 17? Is he 17 now?
16. He's
I know he's in high school.
Ooh, he's a senior. He might be 17.
He's graduating soon. I'm not ready for that
He's
mentally.
graduating this year.
He's our nephew for the viewers. He's almost a full-grown
Just give
man.
his full social security number too.
Yeah.
Drop his
address.
I don't know.
If I had it, I would.
If I had it, I would fully dox
No,
him.
you would not.
Oh, yes, I would.
No, you would
I would
not.
send him a text and be like, "You're gonna have a really bad credit score when you come to
No cap.
no cap. Your credit card will have a very large cap."
Like, you remember
Funny
how
joke.
you remember how you were in middle school?
Yeah.
Do you think back to that time and cringe?
Depending on what it is, I'm trying to think of a situation where I was like, "Ooh." I mean, not off the top of my head, I can't. I'm sure if someone reminded me of something, I'd be like, "Fuck."
I cringe at myself from yesterday, so
Yeah.
I think about my middle school time and I cringe. And I was trying to explain that to my son, Jay. Sorry, I almost said his real name, so there was the hesitation there. To Jay, and like, I'm like, this is gonna be the most cringy years of your life. You're gonna look back on this and you're gonna be like, oof.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't remember a lot of middle school.
I blocked it out.
A lot of
Like-
the stuff that he says, it's like, what? You know what I mean? Like, he's like a 13-year-old boy, so like things come out of his mouth, and I'm like, what? And plus, he's your generation, Gen Z? He was born in 2010, so
he might be alpha.
hey
I don't
Siri.
know.
Don't tell him that.
No. You're gonna turn off our cameras. We'll look it up later.
But there's some, I can't think of examples right now, but there are some terms that he uses that I'm like,
Yeah.
what did you just say to
I
me?
can name two right now.
Because now they
Yeah.
say tell everyone like you're autistic. That's like
Yeah.
the term that they
That's
use.
the new R slur.
Yeah, that's
I-
the slur that they use now.
I now
Autistic.
remember it was 9th grade. A moment where I cringe. I think about from time to time. There was this one girl that I went to elementary school with, and then we didn't go to middle school together. And then in 9th grade, we like re-met each other or whatever. Like we were in the lunch line, and she was just like, "Oh, hey Matt, like how are you doing?" I'm like, like good, blah blah blah. And then I don't know how it got brought up in the conversation, but I ended up being like, "You're probably like, who's this?" Like it was 9th grade.
Yeah.
And she kind of like, she had a ton of gay friends,
Oh.
a ton. Like she was
Yikes.
in like that group of, you know what I mean? And I cringe every time I think about it because I'm like, why would I even say that?
How did she react?
She literally like
Cringe.
she like stopped and like turned around and walked away, that type of thing. It was like she completely removed herself
She's
from
like, oh.
she was like, oh, okay, and then like walked away like, fuck.
And you never spoke again.
No, it wasn't like that, but it was like, I'm like, damn, I just completely cut off that tie. But she worked at the Starbucks over, I won't say where, but it's really close to my house. And well, this was like probably 2 years ago.
Go ahead and drop her Addie and her social.
I don't know her social. I don't know. Actually, she used to live in my old neighborhood. I mean, when we like saw each other in the Starbucks, it was fine. Like, I don't think she remembered that at all, but I do.
Sure?
I remember that. I was like, fuck.
That's the word.
Yeah, I used to use that term all the time.
Yeah.
And like I think back on that and I'm like, wow, yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, with me turning 30, everyone keeps asking what I want, and I haven't thought about wants in a really long time. I've just been focusing on needs. And like, example, Justin, he was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, well, I told Becca just to get me an Amazon gift card, so when I do figure out what I want, I can just buy it, right? And he's like, okay, well, you have access to my money, to our bank account. We have a shared bank account. So how does that help me? Like, you want me to you just want to buy something? I'm like, what would be the point of me giving you a gift card when we share money?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, it's dumb. So I told him, what is it? Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year-Old Door. It's out for the Switch.
1,000-year-old door.
Wait,
1,000-year door.
do I have that game?
You know what I meant.
Big fan.
I think I have that game.
The
It's for the
GameCube one?
Switch.
Yeah.
It
It's
just
probably-
came out this month. They have
it's not
two
out-
Paper Marios.
It's not out yet. There's no way it's out yet, right?
Yeah, it's
I
out.
have
It
it.
came out
Wait.
May 21st or May.
I had it from like 2 years ago.
Well, we're talking about the Switch version. No, the original, like
That's
the one
the
that we
Origami
used, the
King.
one that we played on GameCube.
Yeah, that one's out. That I also want that one. I asked for that one for Christmas, and Justin got me
That one is fun. I can. Oh, I bought it digital. Never mind.
getting you the original. Do you want me to get you this one?
if you want
Okay,
to.
okay.
I will. You're like I have an object, an item.
Yes.
But yeah, he's just like, we share a bank account, so that would
Yeah.
the gift card would be very, very fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Every year at work, they do what are those things called that are
Raffle?
sports where you like have brackets.
March Madness?
May-
Yeah.
I almost said May Madness.
And
May the 4th be madness with you.
they have that every year. And they're like, everyone fill in your brackets and
Yeah.
the winners will get prizes. Like they give us Amazon gift cards. Okay.
It's like so circular.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Well,
for
we
real.
can choose what kind of gift card we want. I always
Oh,
choose
okay.
Amazon.
Yeah.
And every year I'm always in the top 3. And I'm like, I think it's because I don't care about sports. And so I'm not like doing this based on my feelings. I'm just doing it based off the stats.
Yep.
So every year I
Oh.
win a gift card.
Hmm.
Like one time I won first place and they were like, oh, I think blah, blah, blah won first place. And I was like, nope, that was me. I won first place. Give me my sports gift.
Like, I know so much sports.
Like-
They're like, what's your favorite team? You're like, what's the number 1 seed again? I don't know.
It was so funny because I'm like, I like this one. It has a doggy logo. You know what I mean? Like, this one has a bull, and the
Are you
bull
not
is
doing-
ugly, so he's gonna lose.
You're not doing it based off of seed, like at least like you're like this person is the most likely to win that type because
Not the first time I did it. When I won,
Oh.
I actually got like it was like first or second place.
like what I usually do because I don't really follow college basketball. I will go like, okay, this person's a 1 seed, that person's a 16. Obviously, I think the 1 is gonna win there.
I don't even know what you're
What
talking
is
about.
a seed?
The seed is like their ranking essentially in the bracket. Like they performed this well during the regular season. This is where their like power ranking is. Like
So they don't use it to plant trees?
they do not use them to plant trees. No,
Or
So it
make
has nothing
babies.
to do
or
with
make
nature.
babies. Nothing to do with nature.
Oh, I do. Okay, I know what you're talking about. It's their ranking.
Their ranking. Yeah, there's
Why is
1
it
through
called
16.
seed?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
like an acronym?
No, I don't know why they call it a seed, but
I would do it based off the seed, but also I would go and look at all their stats.
yeah, I never go that far. I'm just like,
I look at all, like, I would spend like 2 hours going over all this
Literally
to get
doing
my
10 minutes, like,
$25
Kentucky
gift
wins
card.
this year. Kentucky wins this year. Kentucky wins this year. Like every year. Like I
They
want
do
Kentucky.
win sometimes.
They lost first round this year.
Oh.
Also, what I think is bullshit is during the whole, what is it called, the bracket thing, is there's the owner of the company, right? And then he also has a second account, which is, it says the name of the company I work at. So he has 2 accounts. that he is playing in the brackets. So like I got third place this year, and it was because one of his accounts were up there. I think it was both of his accounts were up there. So I was like,
Bitch.
you played twice, you cheated.
Well, he's probably playing for the dead co-founder.
Which one am I?
Remember one of the dudes died?
Oh, he's not a co-founder. He
Oh.
was just like a boss. I forgot about that.
Like
you remember,
a
you-
boss.
You remember Joe?
Yeah.
Joe,
He's dead.
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that?
Yeah.
I told you?
Mhm.
Oh.
Cancer.
Joe's
Yeah.
dead. I'm gonna do his bracket. Joe's
No, like I went to
It's
one
like
of the
when
work
you do-
parties.
Sorry, go ahead.
I went to one of the work parties and I was like, blah blah blah. I've been here since pretty much the beginning. Like we had Sam and Joe as our bosses. Blah blah blah. I'm like, how are they doing? And then my current boss was like, Joe's dead. I'm like, what? Why did nobody
didn't-
tell me?
And then Sam quit, right?
Yeah. It's funny because I knew his address. I knew where he lived because I delivered to his house and he
Oh, that's
popped out.
right.
Yeah. And I was like, it was so uncomfortable because like he quit and then I would like see him regularly and I was like,
It's okay.
I don't want to go to your house.
It'd
Well,
be
it was
even more
weird that I knew
weird.
where he lived. I didn't want to know where he lived.
It'd be even more weird if you quit and he delivered to your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
If your boss quit and you deliver at his house,
Or you
that's so
both
weird.
quit and somehow delivered to each other's house.
Yeah, for a different company, that would be even more
Oh
weird.
no, just cuz.
Can you imagine
Just
like
'cause.
quitting your job and then you walk out of your house and then you see one of your coworkers there?
I would file a restraining order.
I'd be like, like there was one that's happened to me once. I didn't quit my job. I still work at the same job. But like I walked out of my house and then there was a van there and I looked up and then one of my coworkers was standing like outside my house and I was like, what are you doing here? That's what I said to him. And he's like, well, we don't just deliver for Amazon. We deliver for other things. Like they deliver vape stuff. And I was ordering my vape stuff.
Oh.
And he's like, so I have your vape stuff here. And I was like, okay. But yeah, I just saw one of my coworkers, like, because the delivery zone that we have, I don't live in that.
Oh.
So, like, I don't ever see coworkers delivering to my house. So it was, like, really weird because it was an unmarked van and he didn't have an Amazon vest on. And I was like, why are you at my house?
Yeah.
Weird.
like- Oh, the new Novo 5. Good choice.
yeah, like, all right. He's like, sign
I
here.
took a hit of it for you before.
Said I
so-
actually loaded up the pod with my own jizz, so you're welcome.
You're
My own juice.
welcome.
my
It's
own
like-
seed.
He's like, you're
Oh
gonna
my
love
God.
it. It's my favorite. It tastes like peanut butter gumdrop. It's really good.
Ew,
Have
that
you-
sounds horrific.
Yeah.
Have you ever had peanut butter vape?
Peanut
No.
It's awful. It's the worst thing that you can ever put in your mouth.
Mike used to have like this peanut butter like oak. Like it smelled like oak or something, but it was peanut butter.
It was awful. I
Or
hated
it was
it.
tiger's blood. I think that was the other one. It was like he was putting straight up Kona ice juice in his pod.
God.
I do like miss like the box mods because how much smoke would come out or vapor would come out. Like those little ones can only do so much, and then Mike would just be like. Because it would have this fat ass tank on it, and it would be like 500 watts getting shot into the coil.
See, I never liked the big box mods because I don't like I hit my vape a lot, and I feel like I'm like bothering everybody around me when there's like a massive
Yeah.
cloud like this one. Now it's gone.
Are you a dragon?
I am secretly.
And then the box mods, it's like those are more condensed. I feel like you can get more like nicotine per draw than a box mod because it's like a huge tank and it's just burning through all of it.
This is Nick Salt, so it is.
Oh,
it's
that's
condensed.
what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a different. I completely forgot about that.
Nick Salt is like condensed
Yeah.
vape juice.
Who's Nick?
Nick
Oh,
Nick
look.
Miller.
Nick Miller from the streets of Chicago. I love you, dog.
Oh
Who's Nick Miller?
Oh, new girl.
yeah, So he got it. He got what I was
Oh,
doing.
the
That-
show.
Yeah,
I
New
only
girl.
watched like one episode.
Dude, you would like it.
you would like
You would
it.
like it.
It's really good.
Me and Maya
It's cringe
love
content.
it. Caitlin loves it. If you like The Office, you would like New Girl.
Mhm.
It is different. Like, I kind of don't like the camera style because it just feels like a commercial the whole time.
Oh.
That's why I have like a
I
hard
never
time.
thought about that.
I have
but
a hard
yeah.
time getting into Modern Family. I had a hard time getting into New Girl, but once I got into it, it was okay.
It's.
It is very good.
I love it. I love Jess.
That is a 30-year-old thing you just did.
Chef's kiss.
That's all chef's kiss.
No, but like you just say chef's kiss. You don't actually do it because everyone's looking at you and all you hear is.
Now I am a
not a
responsible.
crook.
I'm a
I'm
responsible
not a crook.
29-year-old woman. I'm in my 20s.
For now, you're in your 20s.
I'm
for
in
now.
my 20s for now. And it's like soon, like I'm 29 and I'm married to a 40-year-old man. That sounds weird, but once I'm 30 and my husband's 40.
Well, when you're
okay.
when you're 30, you're just a 10-year-old, 20-year-old. So it's still you're still in your 20s. When you're 31, it's like all right.
I've only been an adult for 12 years.
You're a 12-year-old adult. You
Yeah,
should
I'm a
just go off of that.
12-year. I'm a 12-year-old adult.
I'm a 3-year-old adult.
I'm like, hi guys. No, you're a 4-year-old adult.
You count 18 or 20?
18, 19, 20, 21.
18, 19, 20. I thought that's what you did for a second. I was like, what the fuck?
I am a 12-year-old adult. So I'm still just a baby. I'm still a child.
I just a baby. Oh, I bought a chalk bag
What the heck is that?
It's for climbing.
for climbing.
Oh.
And it's color block.
I love that.
That's how most of them look.
That reminds me of a Teddy Fresh
Yeah,
hoodie.
that's why I bought it. It was like one of the first ones I saw on Amazon.
Let me stick my fingers in
I
it.
just no, don't get
Stick my
no,
fingers in it.
don't get. What are you gonna do with the
Stick
chalk?
my fingers in it.
Chalk is in there.
I know. I was making a joke. I didn't actually stick my fingers in it. Well,
You
not
did! Don't
Make
gaslight
a
us.
fucking mess, dude.
Show Becca what's inside.
It's literally like
Chalk?
a bunch of chalk.
It just makes it to where you can grip the rocks better.
But now there's like chalk everywhere.
You're welcome.
Mother.
So you get that Gorilla Grip.
It's literally the name of the brand of the chalk that I bought.
Really?
Called Gorilla
Oh.
Grip. Yeah.
Damn. I thought that had a different meaning.
I bought a brand of like body powder, and it's like
You're like, did you understand what I said now?
it's called monkey ass,
Monkey see, monkey do.
or it's like monkey butt or something like that. But it says it's for your monkey butt, like when you're outside and you're sweating. You got
I
shoes?
got you. Don't smell them.
I'm not gonna smell them.
They are
No,
bad.
because you put your bare feet in them.
No, I usually don't.
She put a lot to her face. I was scared.
I when I first got these, I started doing them barefoot, and then recently I've just been wearing thinner socks. Like I wore these today.
Yeah.
But I came from Climb Sensi to here
Oh.
because I finally bought my own chalk bag and chalk and all that because I usually go with a friend and he buys that shit, and so I usually go when he goes. But I'm like, I shouldn't do that because if I want to actually like make climbing my hobby, I should like buy my own shit so I can just go whenever.
Mm-hmm.
But then I went this morning and then I texted him saying that they're resetting a wall, and he was like, "You didn't even invite me?" And I was like, "Dude, I went this morning because you said you were gonna be out of town." And I'm like, it was this whole thing. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna buy my own climbing shoes, and I'm gonna get my own chalk bag, and then I'm gonna show up and I'll be like, Matthew, I'm here to ruin your day.
You're gonna spend damn near $200.
No, I'm actually gonna spend more than that because I'm gonna get quality fucking shit.
My shit's quality.
I'm just making
I know how to climb trees.
No, Justin knows like
Yeah.
like when it comes to shit like that, he's like, yeah, like I remember him telling me stuff when I started dating him, I was around your age, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, this is $500, and I like didn't fucking believe him. I'm like, you're so full
Shit
of
is
shit.
expensive.
No, it was 500. Like he had like a $500 rope. No, I think it was $800.
See, I don't do the like rappelling or the belaying or that type of stuff. I just strictly boulder just because it's cheaper and it's less to start, I guess.
And
Easier to start.
dangerous, less dangerous too.
Yeah, I mean, they both have their dangers. Like, there's this one climb I was doing earlier where it's like you have to like smear on a hold, but it's a terrible, terrible hold. And it's like you're climbing up the corner. So like you have to like cross your hands like this on the corner, and you have to like climb up and do some weird shit. Yeah, you have to do some weird shit. And if you slip, you could just straight up slam your head on the corner and just drag all the way down.
Oh my god.
But when you climb with a belayer, right? You could fall 200 feet to your death if that person isn't trustworthy.
I don't think it's 200 feet unless you're outdoors. Outdoors, you can probably climb 200 feet. Indoors, I don't think they have that.
Like Justin, his climbing partner, one time he slipped and she had her hand too close to the belay.
Was it Alex?
Yeah. She had her hand too close to the belay device, And what happens when you slip is the rope goes through it, right? And her hand got sucked into it.
Yeah.
But she did not let go. You want somebody like that as your Blair, because if she would have been like, ow, and let go, Justin would be dead.
Yeah.
But it ripped the skin off of her finger, and yeah, it was
like
bad.
Degloved situation, or
I mean, yeah, it could do something like that because it's rope and it's moving fast through a device.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do not want to climb unless you 100% trust the person who is at the bottom of your lifeline, literally. We should do an episode at the gorge.
At the gorge?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is down there? No, I'm kidding.
The
fuck?
climbing routes?
Yeah. That would be
No,
cool.
we tried to go to the gorge recently, and it's like super popular now. So
Yeah.
there's so many people. The best time to go is in the winter. Like, yes, it's cold, but most people don't go down because the gorge is so much better when there's not people there. Because you want to enjoy nature,
Yeah.
and instead you're like walking through, and you're like, excuse me on the trail. And then if you have a dog, you have to keep walking off the trail with the dog so people can pass you.
Yeah.
It's just not as pleasant when it's super congested.
Yeah.
Oh, Becca, I think you might be interested in this. Me and Justin, we're going to go on a vacation. I don't know when. It's going to be a few years. Or not a few years, probably like next year. We're going to go to the Mothman Museum.
In
is that in
West
Chicago
Virginia?
or where's that?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah, Mothman's a West
There's
Virginia.
a Mothman statue, and apparently people keep like touching his butt or something because he just says like booty. And there's like a museum down there. Plus there's like hiking and stuff, but like
That's where Mothman like originated.
yeah, it's in West Virginia. We're gonna go to the Mothman Museum. And I thought that would
Is
be
he gonna be there?
He might
Is
be.
We
he
gotta
giving out
find him.
autographs?
I was literally about to say signing autographs. He's there right now.
I mean, my entire life goal is to like once I finish
Meet
school,
Mothman.
once I finish school, my entire life goal is to find the Mothman.
First, I want to find Bigfoot,
No, the Mothman.
and then I'm sure Bigfoot has Mothman's number, so we can just
Where do I go to find Mothman? Well, Mothman likes bridges, so I'm going to
Why
start
does he
there.
like bridges?
I don't know.
He likes light, so just bring a really big flashlight.
I'll bring headlamps.
There you go. This giant man just
yeah, just
That would be absolutely terrifying.
full sprints into you, trying to get into the
No,
light.
he has wings. He can fly, so he'd be up in the air going.
I just imagine it's just a dude in a costume, and he's just so interested in light. He's like in the dark, and he sees it. He like gets up, and then full, so like as hard as he can, runs at it.
Like he's just chilling.
Just tanks you. Boom!
I just want to find the Mothman.
Do you think Mothman is actually real though?
No.
Why
real,
is there a
no.
museum? That's so weird. Like, what do they even put in
I think it's
Moths.
there?
hilarious.
Droppings?
I think it's hilarious. I will let you know once I go.
Definitely let me know because it's,
I think that it's just hilarious, the whole concept of it all. And I'm like, I want to go see the Mothman.
he's here.
That's his call, his mating call.
Is he just
Yeah.
like
He's
shaking his butt?
He's here to fuck.
we're in danger. We have a big light.
Oh god damn it! He just flies through the window.
Dude, no, this is our escape option because he'll go for the light and then
True.
we'll exit.
Yeah.
What the That sounds like it's your neighbor downstairs. Are they like blowing up an air mattress?
I think they
And they can
filled
hear
their
you right
tire.
now. The window's wide open.
It's someone in the parking lot filling up
But
their
why is
tire.
it vibrating the house or the building? Like it sounds
Oh.
like it's vibrating off the building.
I don't know.
I'm just waiting for you.
Like let's not think too much into it.
Blue Ridge
Wait.
Mountain,
There's a moth on my
West
shirt.
Virginia. Yeah, there is.
Is this Mothman?
Silence of the Lambas.
Lambos.
The Lambas. Oh yeah, I had a morning this morning. I woke up. You can scoot
You
over
had a
now.
morning?
I had a morning this morning. I'm sitting here like waiting for you to be like, all right, I'm giving up on the bit, and
Oh
then you
no,
never did.
I was gonna keep going until you said something. I
So
like
I
your
had a
moth
morning.
shirt.
So, let me see. I went bowling last night.
Ooh.
I rolled a 126, which isn't good by any standard, but it's the best I've rolled. It's like my first, like more than 100. Like before, I think my max was like a 97. I'm really bad at bowling.
Same.
But yesterday I had like a few spares in a row, and it just got me to a higher level.
Do you know you
To
come
get
from
turkey?
professional bowlers?
I do. I'm aware of that. I can't figure out the right ball.
He didn't hear what I said.
What'd
We
you
come
say?
from professional bowlers. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I thought you were talking to her.
Wait, what'd you say?
We come from professional bowlers.
Yeah, Mama Bubble.
That's right.
They have
I
all the
forgot.
bowling
They have-
trophies.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, tap into your ancestral genetics and pull it out.
That's what they used
with
to
it.
do instead of doom scroll on TikTok. They used to get together and throw balls.
Roll balls.
Roll balls.
I mean, they would roll balls, or they'd hit them with clubs,
Mm-hmm.
or they go watch people
It was a simpler time.
Yeah.
move balls around a court. It was all about the balls then.
Should we start a bowling league?
Well, you have to be good at bowling to do that.
I know,
Like-
but we have to start somewhere.
Have you you've obviously bowled before?
Yeah, I
remember,
get like 90s.
I remember hearing a story about you went to a place on a date. You were like shit-faced drunk, and you were like really annoying the whole time or something like that.
What?
Okay, you were shit-faced. So you don't
Maybe
remember?
it was Caitlin.
No, I remember hearing about it from.
I've never been on a bowling date.
You went bowling with somebody, trying to hook you up with somebody else, and it did not work out because you were like,
Yeah.
I don't think
"Do
that
you know
was
what I'm talking
me.
about?"
No, I have no
I
idea.
thought I
only
heard it from you.
Because Caitlin's only been the only people that's tried to hook me up with someone.
Yeah,
But I
I
don't.
might have heard it from Caitlin.
I don't like if you're
I didn't
asking.
make this
I
up.
don't remember any of this.
I've only been bowling like 3 times my whole life, and it was with my exes.
This was a long time ago.
I don't remember going bowling with anyone that I just met.
Maybe it wasn't a bowling alley. I just remember it being a bowling alley.
It was obviously putt putt.
No, it wasn't putt putt. Anyways, so I went bowling, rolled a 126. I had 3 Miller Lights. I'm like, let's fucking go. I drive home, Miller Light in my hand. No, I'm kidding.
What the fuck?
I
Like a proper Kentuckian.
I had number 3 at like 9 o'clock. I stayed until they closed at 11, and so I was like, by that time, I metabolized like the majority of it. I felt completely fine to drive, so I drove. I'm a quarter mile away from this bowling alley.
They say most accidents happen within a mile from your home.
Yeah, because I shit myself a lot.
You know why that happens is because how often do you drive far away from your home?
Every single day, I drive at least 30 miles away from my apartment.
Well, most people drive about 10 miles. Like they say it's within 20 miles of your home. And it's like most people don't leave that 20-mile bubble.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with you being on your way home. You know?
So I went bowling, left at like 11, got home. I didn't go to bed until probably like midnight. I did plan on going to climb sooner because they open at 6. And I didn't actually get there until like 9, but I took a weird way to get there. And it took me like through like side streets and alleys and shit. So like I was just kind of like taking the scenic route, I guess. It was pretty cool, like being by myself and being like, someone could literally like just jump into the middle of the street and kill me and I would be done. Like that's it. Like
Were you not wearing a seatbelt?
no, I was. I'm just saying like they could literally stop my car and then like be like, boop, 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 boop. Like I'm done. Like I can't turn around.
Wait, this was after bowling or this morning?
This was this morning on the
Okay.
way. I meant to
I
say
forgot that was the beginning of the story. I had a morning today.
I meant to go earlier, but then I was like, ah, fuck it, I'll just leave, and then I'll climb for 2 hours, and then from climb I'll go to Becca's because I'm like Becca's is halfway between my house
Right.
and climb. So I took like the scenic route. I was driving like through the city and stuff, and it was kind of cool. And then I was like, I pulled up to the climb, and I was like, fuck, I haven't eaten today. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to climb if I don't eat.
Yeah.
So I looked up, there's a UDF like right around the corner. So I turn and I go, and it's not even, they don't even have pumps. It's a UDF without gas pumps. It's just like a corner store.
Yeah,
Oh.
they have those.
I've never seen that before.
Like in the city?
And I was like, what the fuck? And then I pull in, and the inside is exactly like UDF. It just doesn't have gas pumps.
Did it have like a parking lot and
Yeah.
everything?
What,
very shitty
what
parking lot, I will
area
say.
of Ohio are you in?
North side. But yeah, let me try to find that UDF because it was like really, really close by.
I specifically have a favorite gas station, and it's UDF. Especially when I'm working because they have like private bathrooms.
They do?
Mhm.
That's good to know because I like to go to places that have that.
I only go to UDFs because their bathrooms are usually clean and they're private.
I sometimes go to Speedway because they have a single bathroom, but they're always nasty.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to Speedway.
Or sometimes I go to McDonald's because they normally have
Their
decent
bathrooms are okay.
because they have like the thick doors that like have the deadbolt lock.
Yeah. It's very, very rare, but sometimes UDFs, they don't have a bathroom, and usually there's a sign outside that'll say no public
Okay,
restroom.
good to know.
Usually. So I'll just drive by the front door, look. If I don't see that sign, I park and I go inside. But it's the most annoying thing in the world when you gotta go.
Yeah.
And then you pull up and it's like no public restroom. And it's like, bro, I won't poop anywhere else. Like, I don't want anyone to hear me shit. I don't. Like, I specifically will only, because UDF is usually the safest bet.
When I worked at the Kroger gas station, they didn't have a bathroom. They just had the porta potty
Yeah.
because they closed down that Kroger, but they left the gas station open. So we had nowhere to go other than the porta potty to go to the bathroom. And we had a rule. No one's allowed to shit in the porta potty. So we would, if someone had to shit, we would have to drive to the Speedway up the road and shit there.
That's fucking weird.
So this is what it looks like. There's the parking lot. It has like 6 spots in the.
Oh, ice cream.
It has 6 spots in the front, and then people just randomly park through in the middle.
Mm.
It's like literally just
It's the ghetto.
It's free for all.
Oh, okay.
But I ended up parking on the street beside it because there was a ton of spots, and so I just pulled up there. But I parked on the street. I went inside, and the whole time I'm sketched out because I'm like, I'm not usually in this part of town by myself.
Yeah.
So-
it's not the best area.
But I went in, I got like a coffee, a water, and then they had like these like turkey Gouda wrap bites. It was
Ooh.
really fucking good. It
That
had
sounds
turkey,
good.
smoked good Gouda, tomato.
You said it in UDF?
At UDF, yeah.
UDF's food is also pretty
pretty
superior.
fucking- it was
I've
pretty
never had
good.
it.
pretty
I've gone there for their ice cream.
UDF, I used to eat solely like if I needed something quick to eat, I would use the bathroom and then I'd run in and they have like wraps and sandwiches
Yep.
and they're all pretty good. Salads,
So good.
freaking good. And it wasn't until I got a wrap and I was eating it and then I remember looking down and it was covered in mold.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that.
No.
That's with any gas station. That's
and
not
that
just
ruined
UDF.
it for me. But their food is really good.
Yeah.
But it was I think this is when I was working 2 jobs and going to school full time. And I got off my 3rd shift job and I went into a UDF and I was hungry. And I lived in the apartments in Independence.
Mm-hmm.
And I just grabbed one and then I checked out because I was hungry, you know?
Yeah.
And at the time I was like a broke college kid. So I
It's
didn't
like
have any
$5.
food in my house.
Yeah.
Well, there was like $3 in this
Oh,
time
okay.
period.
Oh yeah, prices definitely raised since then.
Yeah. Like I was making like $13 an hour as a nurse aide.
Damn, that's how much I was making at Walmart in 2020.
Yeah, this was
Damn.
2016.
Damn.
And that was with shift differential. If I would have worked first shift, I would have made $12 an hour. And that was a lot more money than I've ever made.
Right.
That was like the highest paying job I've ever made. Now I make like $22 an hour. So
Yeah,
it's
when
like,
it was like in the teens.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm getting paid well.
But that
Yeah.
that UDF stop ended
I
up
was like your
taking-
age.
The UDF stop ended up taking like 15 minutes because by the time I was able to check out, the 2 people in front of me were using cash.
Ew.
And for some reason, it took them so long. Like the lady behind the counter was taking her time counting the money. I was like, come on, I'm gonna go eat this shit. Come on. And I
Should
was
have
all,
just held up the place.
I was all grumpy because I hadn't had my coffee yet, and I'm holding like I bought oh yeah, I bought a Dunkin' like coffee thing, like the premix, you know what I'm talking about, like
Yeah.
the bottles,
Mhm.
and it was on the top shelf, and it has the flavor on the lid or like the cap that's like the wrapper that's on the lid, and it said Friend Vanilla, and I was like Friend, like FRENN. I was like, they made a new vanilla. I was like, that's cool. And I was literally like, all right, sweet, I'll get that one. And it wasn't until like I was waiting in line and I just like looked down at it. It was French.
Oh.
I just couldn't see the C, and it made it look like it was friend. I was like, oh wow, it's cool.
It's a friend's
So
flavor.
you were really tired and out of
Yeah,
it.
it was like I didn't get there until about 9. I didn't actually start climbing until probably 9:30, because I was enjoying my little Gouda bite wraps. They're like that big. It was like tortilla with like
I need to try that.
It was really good. But on the way out, I felt bad. I didn't realize that this dude was talking to me. He was like, "Hey man, you spare $1?" And
Aw.
I thought he was talking to somebody else because it sounded like he was talking to somebody that he knew.
Mhm.
I just completely like walked by him, and then I didn't realize. I was like, "Wait, was he talking?" I'm like, "Fuck, I'm already committed. I have to just keep walking to my car. I have to
I
be
do
that
that
guy
all
right now."
the time. Like, I feel bad.
Uh oh.
It's
I
like,
had a-
I don't like to assume someone's talking to me, so I'll just
Right.
assume they're not.
Right.
But they are.
I was at work and this was like, I think during the pandemic or pre-pandemic. I worked for the same job I'm at now, and I was in the ghetto because we had the downtown as our route.
Mhm.
And there was a guy who was like, "Hey, you got $1?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have any. I don't carry any cash on me."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I just wanting blah blah blah." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll go in and buy it for you." Cause I don't know why I like went through all this, but I was like, "Yeah, I'll go in and buy it for you. What do you want?" He's like, "I just want water." Like he was asking for water. It was hot as fuck outside, so I was like, "Okay, I'll buy you water." And he's like, "Well, actually, can you change that to a coffee?" And then like I went and got it, and he's like, "Actually, can you change it to the?" And I'm like, "Dude, no." Choose something, and I'll buy it for you. Like I got a little snippy with him. I'm like, I don't have the time.
It's your money, man.
I was at work too.
Yeah.
And I was taking like time out of my day to buy him something. I'm like, no. Or and I think he was also like, "Oh, can you add this to it?" Like he was trying to add something. Like, this is not a grocery
Like
store,
your
bro.
waitress.
I will buy you a coffee or a water or whatever the fuck you want. I'm not gonna add more to it. I don't have time.
I would be like, you got PayPal or do you want me to cash app you?
I don't. Was PayPal around in? It was like 2019.
Yeah, it's been around since 2009, I think.
But was it super popular in 2019?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, 2019, yeah. For sure. I was streaming back then. I was like, add money to my PayPal, please.
You were?
Yeah.
I'm considering like putting on the back of my car, like just married, PayPal, and then not PayPal, putting it
Venmo?
at their Venmo.
Yeah.
Pay for my drinks.
Yeah. See if people will give me money.
People will, man.
I mean, I've been out with Freedom to busk. Busking is when you play music on the street for money.
Bust?
Busk with a K. Anyway, like most of the people, they're like, busk? What is that? So I just had to explain it.
Yeah.
I've been out with him and I've done that, and I've played guitar on the street for money before, and so has Justin, and it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work.
Has anyone ever robbed him?
Yeah, he's had his car stolen from before.
His dog too.
Yeah, he had his dog stolen once.
Man.
Well, I mean, he lives in his car and he travels the country and plays music. You know what I mean? So eventually something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah. But yeah, on the way here from Climb. It also took me on a scenic route. I thought it was going to put me immediately on the highway, but for some reason it was like, take these not back roads. I just call them back roads because it's not the highway, to get onto the highway. And like I passed like this recycling yard where they had like this big ass crane moving through, and it was like right next to the road. So I'm like, that crane could literally move over the fence and just grab a car if you wanted to. Like it was crazy. And then I passed that big ass post office in Cincinnati. Like,
I'm trying to like think of where you were. Like I understand where you were, but I don't.
Yeah.
know
Around where the museum is.
Yeah, I passed the museum.
Oh, okay.
The museum, I passed it right before I got onto the highway.
Like the dome one?
I literally, like, the turn to go, like, the road looks directly at the museum.
Okay, yeah.
I passed that, and then, like, the on-ramp was, like, a millimeter past that street.
Okay.
The highway was probably backed up.
Way through, yeah.
That's
But the highway was backed up. As soon as I got on, it was, like, completely red, like, on the maps. But as soon as I merged, it like cleared up. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I did record some of my climbs because I've never recorded them before.
Did you have a wedgie the whole time?
There was one moment where I did like, I had to do the Megan knees. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Do I have to?
Okay. Do you want me to show camera?
No, it's okay. I don't want this. I don't want this to ever. You're gonna have to. I had to do like, what was it? I had to put my. I had to do like I had to grab up like this. And I had like two holds, so like my butt, like you could just, I was literally doing this.
Like defined.
Yeah, you could see my cheeks, dude. I sent a screenshot to Maya, and she said looking juicy and voluptuous or something like that.
She's like, I'll save that picture for later.
She's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom now. She's at work. Someone walks in, all here. And heavy breathing.
Okay, chill. Is someone dying? I can't.
Dying to bust.
Okay. You took it too far.
No, of course I take it too far. That's what I do.
We're going to shuffle over to the Reddit segment.
Okay.
Damn. I just got blue balled.
By your sister?
Okay, dude, no.
I missed part of the conversation because I was pulling up the Reddit stuff.
I was just, I feel like I should have said something else. But it's okay. Let's go ahead.
You should have said nothing.
Do some reading.
Okay, let me take a drink and get my mouth
Lubricated.
Lubricated.
All right. There's cat hair stuck to your phone.
Oh.
All right. Am I the asshole for leaving my 15-year-old daughter on the bus? I, 41 female, have a 15-year-old daughter.
Pretty cool.
15-year-old daughter, let's call her Beth, with my husband. On the weekends, after work, during the week, primarily we use public transportation. Most of the time, Beth rides with us on the bus. She refuses to sit next to us in normal teenage fashion and prefers to sit as far away from us as possible. She also has a bad habit of putting earphones in and zoning out, not paying attention to our bus stop. So my husband and I have to squeeze through a packed bus to get her attention so she can get off the bus with us. We've had talks with her about how dangerous it is to be completely unaware of your surroundings, especially on a public bus, but she refuses to pay attention to the bus stops or sit closer to us so we can easily get her attention. Additionally, she has been asking us for more freedom. She wants to spend a paycheck on her own bus pass, which we are seriously considering for certain bus routes at certain times, but we are hesitant due to the fact that she does not pay attention, which could easily become a problem. This brings us to Saturday. When we got on the bus, Beth chose to sit in the very back while I sat up front. The bus was usually empty. The bus was unusually empty that day, and I got an idea. The next bus stop was in front of our house. I exited the bus and Beth did not because she was not paying any attention. Immediately after, I booked it down the road to the next stop and met the bus there. I was prepared to board again to get her, but she exited. She was angry, saying that I abandoned her on the bus and that she was terrified when she looked up and didn't see me there. I apologized for scaring her, but explained how dangerous it is to not pay attention to what's going on around you. I told my husband at home, and he agreed that it was a justified lesson to teach. When Beth went to her grandparents' house and told them and a few of my sisters about the incident, they all called me an asshole. Our side, Beth wants her own city bus pass, but when we ride with her, we have an issue getting her to pay attention and stick with us. I left her on the bus at the second to last stop of the bus route that I knew was guaranteed to stop at the terminal and booked it there. She was not alone for more than 4 minutes on the bus that had very few people on it. I was pretty confident she would get off at the stop. This was a last resort after me and my husband had several talks about public safety and her being responsible. The daughter's side, I left my young daughter on a public bus by herself and did not tell her she was going to be alone. It was cruel to punish her by leaving, and I should have resorted to other methods that did not involve me getting off the bus without her. Anything could have happened in the 4 minutes she was alone, and it was completely irresponsible to leave her. So am I the asshole for leaving my 15-year-old daughter on the bus? It was for 4 minutes, and she ran to the next bus stop and met her at the next bus stop.
But did it say that she wasn't on the bus when she was at the second stop?
The mom wasn't on the bus because she got off at the stop and then they went down the street where the mom could easily run to the next bus stop. Yeah. And she was just doing that because they had multiple talks with her about it and she didn't want to listen. And she also wants her own bus pass to ride the bus alone, but like freaked out over being alone for 4 minutes.
I don't know. I feel like I'm like 50-50.
I think a lot of the times to learn, you have to be in a certain scenario. Like I've read so many of these stories that are similar to this one where a parent does something and then the kid gets like really, really angry about it, but the parent has tried to be reasonable and talked to them about it several times. Like, look, you can't do this because of this, this, and that. Or we need you to do this because of this, and that. And then they don't listen. So they do something like this and it gets the kid's attention to be like, oh, this is why I should be paying attention. This is why. I kind
of get it because it's like, but it's like in those 4 minutes, she was probably terrified. Like, my mom was here.
Yeah.
She didn't really know she was going to be alone.
Yeah. It was not like a mental prepared thing. Yeah. I can understand why the daughter's upset, but I can also understand why the mom did that. It's not like that she was in any danger or anything because the mom was pretty much right there. It's like, I don't know, like going into the grocery store and like losing your mom. You have a few seconds of
yeah, but your mom's still in the store.
Yeah, but you still panic.
Wasn't, yeah, and she left the store, and you were still in the store.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I get both sides, but it's like she's a kid and like the mom's an adult.
But she's also asking for more responsibility.
I would just not give her that responsibility until
She can prove to you that she
Yeah.
can pay attention in public, especially with her being a girl, being alone, a 15-year-old girl
Mhm.
alone in public. She has to be paying attention to her surroundings because it's definitely not safe.
I don't know.
On a public bus, like,
Yeah.
like just put one
I
headphone
don't
in.
know. We'll do a thing, Malta.
I think she's a dumb bitch. That's the way I think.
Can you see both sides and you're like,
I'm siding more with the mom here,
mm-hmm.
just because I know public transportation is not the easiest thing, and you know, if you're gonna be you have to be paying attention to where you're at,
Yeah.
because the bus driver is gonna drive no matter what. So it's like, if you don't get off, he's gonna keep going. You need to make sure that you get off at the right stop. Like how, like I just don't understand. Like if you stop, how are you not like checking? Okay, where am I at?
I think it's more like
That's a good point.
when they know that their mom or their parent is there, they're like, oh, they'll let me know. So I'm just
Right.
gonna zone into what I'm doing on my phone.
Well,
But it's like if
You
they're
can't rely
alone,
on that. You can't rely on
she
that.
wants more responsibility.
No, that's the thing is, I think it would be different because when she knows she's alone, she would be more aware.
But
Because it's like when her
They're
parents are
sitting
there.
on two different sides of the bus. She doesn't sit with her mom.
Yeah.
So if she's not sitting with her mom and it's a busy bus, she's not paying attention.
But the thing is, the parents have always went and like were the people that went to her and said, "Hey, this is our stop. Let's get off."
But if it's a busy bus, she's shoving through people to get to her daughter who's not paying attention to where they're at. It's like,
because she's not paying attention because she has her parents
Right,
to rely
but-
on.
it's
it's a hassle to
Yeah.
have to
No,
shove
I
through.
understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think that the teenager would act differently if they were by themselves.
when I'm sure they've had conversations. This sounds like a very long thing that's been going on. It's not like just a one-time thing. Like if it was a one-time thing, they wouldn't be writing a Reddit post about it. You know what I mean? So
I'm just saying they haven't seen her in the situation where she's given the opportunity to prove herself.
it sounds like that's what she tried to do in the post by getting off a stop early, or getting off at the right stop.
But she didn't know that she was going to be by herself. She thought her mom would be there to tell her to get off the bus.
Yeah, but when you look up, you're like, oh shit, we passed my stop because I'm not paying attention.
Because she didn't think she had to pay attention, is my point.
But you're in public. You have to pay. You have to be
You're not in
aware.
public.
Yeah, you are. If you're on public transportation,
That's not public.
yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay, I used to ride a bus.
You're in. I'm just imagining this is like a city.
And I'm just
Uh,
saying, if I mean, I would never rely on someone to know where I'm at, but it sounds like the daughter got used to relying on her parents to tell her what to do.
And they have had several.
Is it already?
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
They have had several talks with her about this and how much of an inconvenience it is to have to fight through people to get her attention to get off the bus.
Yeah.
Plus, the bus doesn't stop for a very long period of time, so it's like you have a time limit to get off the bus, right?
Yeah.
And they have to fight through the people getting off the bus to go get her attention. And they've talked to her about this, and she just blatantly ignores them repeatedly.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess with me, I have abandonment issues, and that would trigger me really hard. So maybe
Yeah.
I'm biased, but
Yeah. No, I can understand the I can understand the daughter side absolutely, but like I guess since I'm a parent now,
Mhm.
I more so think of the parent side, and I think like she wants more responsibility, but she's not showing that she can handle more responsibility. And the way that she freaked out when she saw no, because I also see the kid's side, I would be scared too, because I'd be like, where'd my parents go? You know what I mean? Because you thought that you were, because when you're with your parents, you should feel safe,
Mhm.
right? It's your
Yeah.
safety net.
But I mean, that was a safe way of
Teaching her a lesson.
Yeah, like instead of just sending her off and trusting that she gets off the right stuff. Because what if she goes off on her own and then she hasn't proved that she can be responsible to pay attention?
Yeah.
Because I'm if she is with her parents, sure, there is a level of like she lets her guard off, or lets whatever the fucking, I can't figure it out.
Guard down.
Guard down, yeah. But I mean, if there's been conversations about it and she's not budging on it. It's like they've tried to get her to pay more attention and she's not. It's like if they're like, okay, yeah, I get that you're on the same bus as me, blah, 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 but you have to know where you are, like along the route. Like you got to get off at the right stop. Otherwise, it's going to be like a huge inconvenience and you're going to be in the middle of nowhere in an area that you don't know. And I think it was sure it might have been scary, but I think it was relatively harmless to kind of see how she would react.
Yeah.
Or to be like, that's what could happen if you're by yourself, you know, you don't know where you're at, you get off the wrong stop. Not the end of the world, but could put you in a bad situation you don't want to be in.
The reason that I chose this story is because I'm in a similar situation with Jay, my son. He will call me and be like, hey, come pick me up. And I'll be like, okay. And this has happened like 6+ times, okay? And I'll go drive to his mom's house to go pick him up. And I'll be sitting out in the driveway for like 30, 45 minutes. I'll call him, I'll text him, I'll knock on the door, and he just like falls asleep. He because he's a teenager now, so he'll just go to sleep. Now, mind you, he calls me, tells me to come pick him up. So I go, okay. And I text him when I'm on the way. I send him a text with my ETA, and then I text him when I'm there. I send him 3 texts. And I've been sitting there for 30, 45 minutes. And I told him, I'm like, next time you do this, I'm leaving. I have stuff to do.
Yeah.
You called me to come pick you up. Like, if, like, it's usually on days when it's not normally, like, our, like, day. Like, I'll just go and take time to go pick him up because he wants to be over at our house, whatever. It's his summer vacation. And, like, I'm just sitting out there waiting for almost an hour. And it's like, I have schoolwork to do. I have to go grocery shopping. I have all these things to do. And it's not... If he lived down the street, this wouldn't be a big deal, but it's an hour drive to his house. I had to drive an hour there and an hour back, and I'm sitting there for almost an hour. And like the first few times I just had to talk with him, like, look, blah, blah, I have stuff to do. Like, I don't care to pick you up. I like seeing you. I like picking you up. I like when we hang out and stuff. But you cannot have me sit out here for like 30 to 45 fucking minutes. That's not cool. That's like... You got to be respectful of my time. Do you want me to be respectful of your time? Like, your time matters, right? I know you're a kid, but your time's important too.
I think a lot of times, like, kids and young people don't understand anything outside of themselves.
Yes.
So they can't understand the importance of other people's time like that.
Yes. When I was a kid, I was selfish.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a kid, you're selfish. You only think about yourself and how it'll affect you. You don't think about other people. And I feel like that's when your brain fully develops. You realize, like, you know, when you hit 25, you're like, oh, other people matter. You know what I mean? Not exactly like that, but like...
Black Lives Matter. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
What did you just say?
Black Lives Matter.
No, not like that. But yes.
Maybe there's more to just this world than me.
I mean, yeah, like you start to pay attention to other people's feelings more so. Like, yes, you do that as a kid, but you're more concerned about your own because you also got to think your hormones are raging. Everything's times 10. You feel everything so much harder because of all the hormones in your body. Like, everything's just so messy. It's so messy when you're a kid and you normally only see yourself. So it's like one of those things that for next time he calls me for me to go pick him up, if I'm sitting out there, I think I'll give him like 20, 30 minutes. And if he doesn't respond, I'm going to leave. And then he will wake up from his nap and be like, oh, and then call me and be like, no, I'm not coming back. You'll have to wait till tomorrow. And I feel like that's the only way to teach him that lesson.
Does he not, like, he just has his phone on silent when he does that?
No, his phone's not on silent. What Justin will do is go knock on his bedroom window, but it's his mom's house. So, like, I'm not going to walk around to the back of his mom's house because I don't know if she's home or not. Like, that would be weird. And I'm not going to knock on his bedroom window. Like, I'm not going to go through all that. So he's even
done this to Justin?
Yes. And Justin has to go, like, knock on his window. Sometimes Justin will open up his bedroom window and be like, get in the car. Like, I'm not going to do all that because that's, like, I feel like that there's, like, boundaries that I don't want to cross. So I'm like, the best way I can think of to teach him is to just leave. And then when he gets upset that he can't come over to our house, that's the lesson. Like, obviously it's not as dramatic as what this lady did with the bus, but like Justin was like, no, don't do that. He's just a kid and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know how else to get him to understand. Like, I'm not sitting out there for an hour.
You should get a shock collar and then have the remote on the outside of the house, and he wears it, and then when he's sleeping, just zip.
Can you imagine? That's inhumane. That's child abuse. I would get CPS called on
sometimes
me.
you have to have tough love to teach a kid a lesson, you know?
Like, can you imagine Justin loses custody and it's like, yeah, because his stepmom put a shock collar on him.
That shit you hear in like
Yikes.
murder mysteries, not murder mysteries, but like
Dude, if I did shit like that, I'd be on the news for like my children almost dying. Like, yikes.
I'm sure it's been done.
Yikes.
I'm sure.
All right, we should wrap this up.
All right, bye guys. Bye.